You can kiss your ass goodbye. You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Did he put him to sleep? Yeah, she put him to sleep. That was funny.
Much appreciated.
Don't want the elite fire boss because he just does so much fire damage. Alright, I got my blackjack bubblegum. I got my... What have I got? I've got my Dunkin' Donuts medium roast coffee. It's time to level the protection paladin. Often maligned, frequently made fun of, the protection paladin. We're going to create a guild today. We just come up with a guild name. And the only reason we're going to create a guild, and probably the only reason I left the guild I was in, is because I want a guild tabard that is befitting of the faith, the cute of the faith, the faithfulness, the piety, the faith that my character has in her savior, the Lord our God. So we're going to create some sort of a tabard that looks very holy. Of course, it'll be the, the cross, of course, but I'm trying to think if I can go with a really, like a white tabard with a golden cross and maybe a golden border. I always use the border, I either go with like pure white border to match the white tabard, but in this case, I think we want to accentuate the gold. We do have to consider what kind of gear am I going to be wearing, like at 60. We know we're going to have probably stockade pauldrons, which are golden. We know we're going to have probably the skull flame shield, which is, I don't know, gold and black, I believe. So try to get something that matches the gear. I'm hoping that Bryn will be nice to me and get me into some BRD runs. We'll see. Because I really want to get Hand of Justice. Or the, the trinket that's tanking trinket. But the Hand of Justice would be nice too, just for AoE farming, because it's going to increase my healing and damage. The more times you can attack, the more chance you have of, proccing your whatever judgments you have on the target. So that's going to either be more damage or more healing, or more mana. If you might have mana, seal of wisdom as well. So it's all good, baby.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
I don't think so. Let's see if Justice gets a stun. 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 Okay, no stun.
You were screwed.
No stun. Here, watch this. Come back here. You gotta love Justice. Judgment of Justice. I did get a thorium shield spike today crafted for my other shield. I wanted to get one for this shield, but man, the mats are insane. Like, well, really it's just the elemental earth. You need 2 elemental earth. You need 4 dense grinding stone, which it takes 4 dense stone to make 1 dense grinding stone. 1 dense stone, I couldn't believe, was selling for like 25 silver in the auction house. That's the cheapest one. So you're paying 1 gold for 4. You need 16, so that's 4 gold for your dense grinding stones. The elemental earth we're selling for, I believe, around 25 to 30 gold each, so you need about 50 gold. Let's just say 50 gold. Let's be nice and say 48 gold. So 48 gold plus 4 gold, you're looking at 52 gold, and then you need 4 thorium bars. Now those are cheap. Those are like 25 silver, I think, each, or 40. They're pretty cheap, a gold or 2. So you're looking at around 55 gold just to get 1 thorium shield spike. I did farm elemental air on my hunter this morning for a couple hours, or like an hour, and I got like 4. Well, those sell, for like those sell for like 25 gold each. So that was like 100 gold I made this morning just for like in an hour. I made like 100 gold in an hour just farming the elemental air, and that's probably one of the easier ways to make money. It's just to farm, elemental air. I mean, elemental earth doesn't have a very good drop rate. I got to figure out who drops elemental earth at a higher rate than the ones I was killing, because it wasn't good. You know what? I'm not digging this soundtrack. Let's go with this one. We don't have any gear upgrades at level 43. At level 44 we do get the true silver breastplate, which is definitely going to increase my survivability with the heals that it's going to get to return. And then the next big upgrade is Uther's, Uther's trinket, and that's level 47, I believe. So we're only going to have really like 2. And the reason I mentioned these gear upgrades is these are the ones I target. Like, these are the specific items I specifically target for a protection paladin in vanilla. Like, no build pre-raid works that well. It works very well, at least for me, without these items. I mean, they're key. Skullflame shield is pretty much mandatory. There are some other shields. There are some other items you can get. Actually, I found. Let me see if I can see vanilla. Well, let me see if I can find. I need to put all this stuff together in a guide. I'm working on a guide. It's just I haven't been putting as much time into it as I should. I think it was this one. Let's see. Yeah, this one was really good. The WoW head, the Light's Bulwark Protection Paladin tanking was quite an excellent guide. It really goes into the min-max. It goes into like the details of why certain items are good. It talks about, Seal of Wisdom. It talks about the Greater Blessing of Kings, the threat it generates, which is really good. You need to know these things. It talks about Holy Shield. It talks about some of the different items that you can get. Obviously I'm using Flurry Axe, which is, this table below contains examples of items and gems that may be affected by this mechanic. So basically Flurry Axe has a 5% chance to proc without Seal of Righteousness. With Seal of Righteousness, its proc rate goes all the way up to 9.78%. That's why if you're using a Flurry Axe, you're always going to be having Seal of Righteousness up. And that's what makes Flurry Axe actually so good. You can see the percentages for Threshblade are both respectively lower. Actually, they do have the Masterwork Stormhammer, but they don't have the proc rates on here. The Masterwork Stormhammers, I actually bought the recipe for this morning, and it was only 8 gold. But I did some research, and the proc rate on it looks pretty low. And basically, the Masterwork Stormhammer, when you hit somebody, it has a chance to shoot out a lightning bolt to do a chain lightning bolt that can hit up to 3 targets. The chain lightning bolt can crit, but the damage drops for each target it jumps. So it's going to do the most damage the first target. Second target takes less damage. Third target takes even less damage. And here's some different talent builds. This is pretty much, I like how the consecration is here. Normally it's in this middle. If you look at these talent points, the only thing I could argue with, because my talent points are a little different. Okay. So this is actually almost identical to my talent build. The only difference is that I don't typically go for anticipation, because I feel like 5 talent points to get defense 10 is like, I feel like that's kind of ridiculous. Again, I've talked about this before, but 10 defense is 0.4%, right? Because 25 defense is 1% block, 1% parry, 1% dodge. 25 defense. So 10 is only 0.40%. So do you want to use 5 talent points to make your block go from 1% chance to block to 1.4% chance to block? If you feel like it's worth it for 0.4%. Don't get me wrong, 10 defense is nice. But I would much rather put these points into Reckoning and give myself a chance to get extra swings. And the reason I like Reckoning so much is because more swings equal more damage equals more threat. So Reckoning is straight up going to give you more threat. It's also going to give you more healing, because if you have Seal of Light Judge on the target and you want to basically do some health regen, Reckoning is going to help you get more health back as well. So I prefer Reckoning over Anticipation. The other thing is I'm not really a big fan of Improved Devo Aura. Improved Devotion Aura is really nice, and of course it does scale well with toughness, but again, Protection Paladins struggle with threat. So Retribution Aura actually is helping you generate more threat. So I like to run Retribution Aura. Also, I like to run Retribution Aura when I'm just AoE farming. So I typically won't go with this unless, I mean, this is great if you're doing like a single boss and that boss is doing a ton of physical damage. Improved Devo Aura is going to be, really, really good. Just want to make sure the three pack wasn't going to sneak up on me.
You can kiss your ass goodbye. You were screwed.
So talent-wise, like I said, if you're worried more about like doing some AoE farming while you level, maybe you're AoE farming for gold, and if you're doing more like dungeons like Skolo and Stratholme, I would prefer Retribution Aura over Improved Devo, and then I would go with, instead of Anticipation, I would put these 10 talent points, I would put at least 4 of them into Reckoning and possibly all the other 5. Because you have a lot of mobs that are going to run away from you, and you don't have a taunt, right? So since you don't have a taunt, I prefer to put at least 1, if not 2 talent points into Improved Hodge, because Hodge is a great way to peel those mobs off of your healer or off of a DPS. If the mob decides to just run at a healer, you can just Hodge them. If a mob decides to run at your rogue, you just stun them with your hammer. So I definitely like to put at least 1 minimum into Improved Hammer of Justice. I like to put at least 4 into Reckoning, and at least 4 maybe into weapon specialization. So preferably I would like to go 2 points here, 4 points here, and 4 points here. That would use up those 10 points that are, I feel, kind of wasted into defense and Improved Devo. That gives you more crowd management and more potential for more damage. I mean, you're doing, you're going to be doing 8% more weapon damage with your main hand weapon. You're going to be proccing additional weapon swings. So I think that's going to improve your threat generation quite a bit. But I'm big on these other 2 trees are perfect. This is exactly what I would go with. I'd go 5 of 5, 4 of 5. Same here. This is all exactly what I would do. So I would just change those 10 talent points. So that's pretty decent. What I like about this guide is they show a lot of gear here that's really good for you as a paladin. You can see here in the main hand, Flurry Axe obviously in phase 1 is one of the best weapons you can get. I think it's the best weapon you can get. I mean, out of these weapons listed here, I think it's the best weapon. even over the Aura Stone, just simply because the attack speed being really fast allows you to swing more often, which allows you to proc those judged effects a lot more often, which I like. Then here you've got Solace, which Solace is really good. It gives you defense, gives you 300 armor when you he has a chance to give you 300 armor, and it's a high damage weapon. So Solace is actually a pretty good weapon. And of course Thunder Fury would be great. Blackguard's nice because of the defense, the parry, and the stamina. It's actually really nice. And then when you get down to shield, the Force Reactive Disc is going to be your best AoE threat generation disc, and of course you're going to have the I don't see it even listed in here. Yeah, the Skull Flame Shield is going to be amazing. Actually, I think it's in here. They actually have a whole section of the Skull Flame Shield in here that talks about the procs per minute and how it scales based on how many mobs you're hitting, so it's actually pretty cool. You can see here the Skull Flame Shield, a very unique shield that shows its true potential when tanking large quantities of mob, and that's 100% true. The more mobs you're tanking, the more chances you have to proc all the additional effects that the Skull Flame Shield can actually give you. So, anyways, actually a really nice guy because it gives you a lot of information. It's just it just depends on what are you going to do with that information. How are you going to, So I think what makes the Protection Paladin for me so much fun is that it's so situational. It's really depends on your playstyle, what you're trying to do with it.
You can kiss your ass goodbye. You were screwed.
I should have just sat down and drank because I need a food buff anyway, so that was kind of a waste of a bandage. Let's link it up, baby. Let's link it up. I'm going to link the stream in some different Discords. Maybe we can get some more people to come in and give us some feedback or just say hi or whatever. Alright, so I got a reply from Magic regarding Project Epic, and he states that there is no hard keep up the good work. There is no hard there is no hard date on when they're going to release Project Epic, the beta currently for quarter. We know it's Q1 next year. The cool thing about the next phase of the beta, which is the beta 3, is they're actually going to have all the content, like from 1 all the way to 60. So that's exciting. Give me a second here. Doo, 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 doo. Hardcore server, hardcore. Where's the hard? Here it is. Hardcore streaming. And what else we got? We've got the death server. Death. I don't know what www means, but it's all good. All right, cool. I'm ready to rock and roll. Let's see if the 3-pack's coming. I don't see it. I need to learn how to make heavy mage weave and also runecloth bandages pretty soon. I need to head back to Theramore Island and hit the trainer there. I'm gonna let these guys run when they get low on health. That way they'll hopefully aggro some more mobs for me.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Of course, I didn't have the right judgment up. That's why my health was dropping so much. We're gonna switch to defense here.
You were screwed. You were screwed.
Just gotta get to level 44. I gotta get to 44 today so we can get the true silver breastplate equipped. I also have to get that enchanted. I see one problem. I forgot to put Retribution Aura back up when I switched to defense and Wisdom. I like to run with Wisdom usually. It's nice to be able to run with Blessing and Sanctuary, but typically I will do that at the beginning of a very, very large pull just to mitigate damage. And Akira, let's go ahead and switch to Sanctuary. We still don't have Retribution up. I just was talking about it and I didn't put it up. What am I doing? I wonder why these mobs weren't dying fast enough. Let's put up Justice. Let's see if we can get some quick, easy free stuns on this guy. There's one. Let's see if we get another one. He's gonna run, so I'll just judge him. Nope, you're not gonna run away. So you can use Justice to prevent him from running if you want. A lot of times I like to let him run just so they actually want him to aggro more mobs. So it just depends on where I am and how familiar you are with the area. This is one of my favorite places to farm, to just level, because it's mostly melee and the spawn rate's pretty fast. So it's a really nice spot. Fortunately, they don't. It is good that the loot table is really small. That's great. Your inventory doesn't fill up. But the bad thing is they don't tend to drop a lot of good gear. You know, you don't see a lot of. Fortunately, I don't see a lot of like really nice gear drops. And let's throw on an agility potion. What else? We don't need armor. We're not having any issues. Let's go ahead and toss in an arcane elixir. I'm still not sure 100% if arcane is really doing that much benefit, but. We're probably going to get an ad here too. So this should end up being a 5 pull.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Thought it was going to be a 5 pull, but it turned out to not. No, there's the guy. He finally res. I thought he was going to spawn earlier. Yeah, it's all good. I think at level 43 we can probably go to gadgets and. I mean, there's still some quests in STV. I just hate STV. But there are quests we could do in STV too. We've got Skull Splitters, Tusks, Jungle Stalkers. What else? That's really it. We got a quest to turn in. And we also have, yeah, Caitlyn's Blade, which will send us up to Vile Reef, I think. We've also got Curious Read, Curious by the Bundle quest, and we've also got the the Bloodsail Buccaneers quest. So there's quite a few quests. Probably should hit STV once we hit 43. Maybe knock out some of those quests. Everybody's welcome to this party.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
How am I doing on 4 healing potions? Okay.
You can kiss your ass goodbye. You can kiss your ass goodbye. You can kiss your ass goodbye. You were screwed.
This guy's like hiding in the corner. Just hiding over here in the corner. Now we're just going to sit these guys right here. And we're just going to let them run, and they should run and aggro all these other guys. And we also have a 3-pack. I just missed them, unfortunately. Oh, unfortunately, they didn't aggro anybody. We'll have to do it ourselves.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Where's my trinkets? I don't have any trinkets. Shit. I didn't realize I didn't have any. I'm used to playing my hunter. I don't have any trinkets. I probably should maybe check the auction house and see if I can get like a cheap trinket. I'm so used to my hunter. I've got, trinkets obviously.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
No, I was missing something. Oh, we lost him. We should gain another mob here pretty soon, hopefully. around there. And he finally respawned.
You can kiss your ass
These guys are
goodbye.
dropping a ton of these healing potions.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
You were screwed. You were screwed. You can kiss your ass goodbye. You were screwed. You can kiss your ass goodbye. You can kiss your ass goodbye. You can kiss your ass goodbye.
So we've only got 14 Reckoning procs, so we're going to see that go up dramatically over the next 4 levels as we flesh out Reckoning. 5-man pull. This could get spicy.
You can kiss your ass goodbye. You were screwed.
I actually used a healing potion there. I really didn't want to. And actually was one of my high level ones too. I probably shouldn't use the high level one. But I had 5 of them, so. Yeah. I should have used the lower level one, the crappy ones. How much are these? 455 mana. That probably would have been fine. But I didn't want to like not get enough mana and put myself in a, if I would have aggroed this other one by accident. And I used the lower level pot. I may have ran into a section where I didn't have a whole lot of mana. Didn't want to run into that. If you notice there, what I did was I threw down Consecrate. I knew the guy was going to die soon, so what I did was, you know, I threw down Consecrate, and I knew he was going to die soon and run, so I pulled him back so that when he ran, if he ran this way, which I figured he would, he'd run through the Consecration to take more damage. Maybe only 1 tick, but it's the little things, you know. And I need to work out today. Oh, I haven't worked out in like 4 days. I gotta work out today. Oh man, I'm sleepy. That's why I'm drinking this coffee. Oh shit. This is a big pool.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
I see that. We're gonna throw up.
You were screwed.
We're gonna throw up Devo Aura just for the extra armor. Alright, we gotta use a healing potion. I didn't want to use a healing potion. Hey, what's up, Vine Bay? I didn't want to use a healing potion there, but oh well. Apparently I can't take 6 mobs without using healing potion.
You were screwed.
Bummer. That problem will go away, I think, once we get the True Silver. Level 44, the True Silver chest piece should mitigate that issue a little bit. What's up, Iron Bay? How's it going, man? Like, where did that got 4-pack? They must have... I was running this way. Did they really run past? I don't know, that's so weird. Huh. I'd be tempted to go back and watch the video on that one. Having a massive deja vu scene. You know. Oh, every time I play a protection paladin, the whole thing's a massive deja vu, I'm paying. You've been no life. Oh, dude, I don't like season discovery. I don't really like season discovery. I think it's like a weak, like lazy attempt by Blizzard just to get people to play their game. You know, like there's nothing about it that's. I think the PvP of it's pretty awful. The runes are basically just feel like glyphs. You know, someone said yesterday, like FM Laser was saying she felt like it was their attempt to mimic Diablo, but I was like, well, I never really felt like I was playing Diablo in any way. But I understand what she was saying. She was saying that the phases, like how Diablo has, like, I guess, phases or seasons. You know, Guild Wars 2 has living season updates. So I don't know. To me, it's like a really, really lazy attempt to create just kind of a keep, like, what's the word? To create like just some sort of, it's a gimmick. It's just a gimmick. That's all it is. It's a gimmick to get people to play their game. That's all it is. It's dividing the player base. Like, the hardcore servers would be so much better without SOD because it took so many people out of SOD. And in the end, is it really that good? I mean, are people that... I think people are just that desperate. It just feels like people are that desperate to play something different. And I get that. But instead of creating bullshit seasonal content, nobody wants seasonal. I don't want to spend a ton of time playing a character that knows that I know, like, in a year's, I'm going to sit down and probably not play anymore because it's a seasonal. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, I guess. I'd rather play a different game than sit around at level 25 with boring, with abilities that really... I mean, I've only played Priest, Paladin, and Hunter. And the Priest is ridiculous. I mean, ridiculous in kind of a good way, right? Because they give the Priest, like, freaking Penance and Prayer of Mending, which are my two favorite Priest spells probably of all time. Well, that and, of course, Star... You gotta love Star Shards, Night Elf, but... So, I mean, there's certainly things about it that are fun, but I just feel like it's such a weak attempt by Blizzard. You know what I mean? Like, it's just... It's obvious, it's painfully obvious that they said to them, hey, look, you've got about a year to come up with some game mode, but we can't give you very many people to work on it, and you can't spend that much money on it. And they said, well, what can we do? And they looked at... Maybe they looked at Diablo, I don't know, but they certainly looked at Ascension WoW and said, well, let's come up with a way where people can go through phases, because phases will limit people from being able to just rush through all the content and get bored and leave. Phases 100% stops that because you can only go a certain level and you got to wait. I mean, that's the one thing that MMOs have learned is if you want to allow the developers, and it's a good thing and a bad thing, but if you want to allow the developers to develop new content or to keep you in the game as long as possible, you put limiters on it. You put, like, barriers, you know? And that's what the level is. It's just a money grab. It's just something to keep people playing their game. Because obviously I'm losing my voice. It's obviously people are tired of retail WoW. I mean, it's obvious. People are tired of retail WoW. And it's just bad because you have classic WoW, you have classic hardcore WoW, you have Season of Discovery, you have classic Wrath of the Lich King, and you have Dragonflight. That is too many versions of WoW that are splitting the player base. If you look at the hardcore servers, they were really, really popular, really fun, and really it's such a good game mode because there's danger around every corner. If you die, you have to start over. It's great streaming content because there's going to be moments where your heart's pounding through your chest when you're down to like 10 health. You know what I mean? It's just there's a lot of good things about hardcore. You know, it makes the game very exciting. It makes things matter. It makes things, real. When I played Season Discovery, I didn't feel like that. I felt like it was gimmicky. I felt like it was lazy. I felt like they couldn't even come up with like any kind of real custom content. It was just bullshit. It was like, let's just go through the retail game or go through the different versions of World of Warcraft and pull out abilities that we've already created and just bring them in as not glyphs, but runes. What does that make you think of? I guess does Diablo have runes? I don't know. Rune carving, it just don't get me going, IB. I'm glad you're having fun playing it, but I find it a very weak-ass attempt by Blizzard to just basically keep people in their game. And in my opinion, it's hurting the game. I think it's hurting the game more than it's helping the game. Because I think that you had a really good thing going with hardcore. And instead of creating Season of Discovery, which wasn't really necessary, plus what really makes me at Bay is how they're paying off streamers behind the table, under the table, behind the scenes, to basically talk about it like it's the end-all, be-all, greatest thing ever created in World of Warcraft, which we all know is not true, right? You have these streamers like S fans, number one, the one that comes to mind, that you know Blizzard paid this guy to put up content, to put up videos, to talk about how great Season of Discovery was, to go to BlizzCon. He's got a BlizzCon freaking badge that says he works for BlizzCon pretty much. And he's invited to all their events. He creates a Mock Garah tournament, right? He creates a Mock Garah tournament to get interest in his channel before SOD, right? And he doesn't even have the best paladins in it. It's all like a total, like, fucking... It's a total staged event. You know what I mean? So, anyways, whatever. Why is it not entertaining on European servers? Are you Europeans too... You don't have the balls, you don't have the cojones to step into hardcore? What's going on? I'm not going to lie, I was kind of excited for SOD because I thought, hey, you know, it could be interesting. But I was more excited for the PvP. The only thing that really got me excited about Season of Discovery was the PvP. The Ashen Veil, right? The whole... I don't understand why you'd say that, though, because I always thought that the Europe is more competitive than the United States, but more than North America. Because if you look at like the Arena World Championship, it's always the European teams that win, not the not the North American teams. So I always felt like the Europeans. Well, Europe's just bigger. There's more people, so it makes sense there'd be more people that are going to be good at something when you have a bigger pool. You know, it's like the high school that's got 2,000 students and the high school that has 200 students. Which high school team do you think is going to put a better football? You know, it's going to put together a football team that's good. You know, it's the team that's got the pool of 2,000 people to choose from. Same thing with, Europe versus the United States. You know, when you're oh, that didn't really work for the Olympics too much, or for the NBA. It was developed to RMT, boosting a gimmick gameplay style faster than... Yeah, I don't like that stuff. Yeah, I play for pleasure, yeah. I mean, I have to deal with some of that stuff, Einbay. Yeah, I didn't realize that Europe was like that. That's kind of sad. That's unfortunate. But yeah, I play for just because I like the game. I play to try to push classes. You know, like, have you seen my melee hunter, Einbay? You saw my melee hunter in hardcore, right? I mean, I was running like LBR. I've run LBRS, Skolo, BRD on a melee hunter, you know, and I don't do tops. I can't out DPS. I can't out DPS mages, and I can't out DPS good rogues. But I can out DPS rep paladins. I can out DPS, you know, warriors sometimes if they don't have like really good gear. But you're on an RP server. Well, I was excited for Season Discovery because, like I said, because of the possibility of really... I thought it could be really fun for Ashen Veil PvP, but it turned out to be just a really weak-ass attempt at PvP because it's really boring. You just get a big group together. Just whoever's got more people with better gear just goes and blows down these bosses, and the Horde have more flight paths than the Alliance and Ashen Veil, so they have a slight advantage because of that. I don't know. It's just... I just don't like it. I tried it. I played it. Thought it was boring, you know? Yeah, the PvP event's horrible, man. It's like it sounded cool on paper, but it turned out to be like an absolute joke. Yeah, because just people running through leveling and stuff. Yeah, just the regular open world PvP is better than the actual event itself. Yeah, I agree with you there. Well, that's because there's a lot of people playing the game, and there's only 1 to 25, right? So think about it. Okay, it's not rocket science. Okay, you put out a game, you put out a mode where there's a bunch of abilities that people aren't used to having in vanilla WoW, right? And then you limit it to only 25 levels. What's going to happen? People are going to level to 25 really quick, figure out all the new runes for that class, then they're going to go, they're level 25, there's nothing to do. What are you going to do? You're going to grind to get your mount PvP out? Who cares? It ain't that big a deal. So then But what are you gonna do? Maybe get your reputation, get your like your epic recipes, right? Okay, that doesn't take that long. Even like clearing, the raid doesn't take that long. So you can do everything in like a week, and then have really not that much to do on that character. So then what are you going to do? You're going to re-roll. You're going to play something else. So of course there's constantly going to be a lot more people re-rolling, trying different characters. So of course the game's going to feel alive. But the same thing. See, the beauty of hardcore is it's the same thing because people are always dying. So people are always leveling up because people are always dying. That's the beauty of hardcore servers, is there's always a need for low-level regions, there's low-level materials, there's always a need for that because there's people leveling up all the time because people are dying. All you have to do is turn on the death log and just watch watch all the people dying, man. So, but there's not that same amount of there's not that same amount of threat in SOD because if you die, who cares? It doesn't matter. Once you play hardcore, really play hardcore, and understand. I mean, some people can't really get into it because they don't want to lose their character. They don't want to lose their effort and their time. But anyways, I don't know. I had too much coffee. Ambe, forgive me if I sound gruff or bitchy. I'm not trying to sound like that. I just had too much coffee. I'm a little bit hyper. But I mean, if you... Here, let's see if I can find it. So I want to try to find a post I did. Come on. I'm having to scroll through a Discord server to try to find this post. And it's not showing up. Maybe I put it in the looking for group. No, this is every channel. I can tell this is every channel. Hold on a second. I'm looking for a post. Here it is. So if you look at this, now this was a little while ago, but this was, when Blizzard did this poll about, I don't think it was probably like 3 weeks ago. I was kind of surprised, but this is what happened after Season Discovery had been out for a couple weeks. So hardcore servers, only 23,000 people responded to this survey, and out of 23,000 people, only 3% of them are playing hardcore. So Season Discovery just destroyed hardcore, really. I mean, it didn't destroy. I mean, there's still people playing it, but it really hurt it, like a lot. So of course I'm a little bit pissed, right? Because I actually like hardcore. I played Season Discovery. I thought it was kind of bullshit. I thought it was a weak-ass attempt just to get people's money. I thought it was poorly implemented. I thought that the PvP event was bogus and garbage. There really is not a lot of content to it outside of just the runes. I mean, the raid is cool, but there isn't that much. I mean, you can run the raid a few times and get whatever you need, and you're pretty much done. So, I mean, there's other phases, right? And the other phases could make it really good. You know what I mean? It could get a lot better with the new phases, which is fine. It could be much better. And that's, obviously the vote, the boat's still out. What's the phrase? Yeah, we still don't know yet until we see the different expansions. But just the idea they came up with. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. People didn't want Season Discovery. People didn't want seasonal. I don't think there's too many people that sat around and said, I want a seasonal server that has runes, that gives me different abilities that already exist in different versions of World of Warcraft, and it's gated every so many levels. People, if you asked them if they wanted that, or if you asked them if I want a Classic Plus experience where it's vanilla World of Warcraft 1 to 60, but I've added all new zones, all new content, new dungeons, new raids, new races, to the game, and it all is just level 1 to 60 content. No new levels, no like 61 to 60 to 64, just 1 to 60, but we're adding new content with new gear, and maybe even some new battlegrounds. I guarantee you people would be a lot more excited about that than Season of Discovery. You know what I mean? Yeah, but... Well, we're not going to get it, but why aren't we going to get it? Because they don't want to put out the effort. See, so here's what I'm saying. Why waste time with all this Season of Discovery bullshit when they could have just, spent another year or two creating Classic Plus? The reason is because they're afraid. Blizzard lives in fear, right? They constantly live in fear. They fear that if they're not constantly putting out something new, that they're going to lose their player base. And, you know, to some degree, they will, right? But they're only going to lose it for as long as it takes for them to put out something really good, like Classic Plus, or like another version, or like another MMO altogether. You know, there's different things they could have done, but now they live in fear. I just feel like Blizzard lives in fear, and it's fear of the investors. It's fear of, you know what I mean? Oh, Microsoft is. If you look at the history of Microsoft, when Microsoft purchases things, a lot of times it doesn't work out too well. They purchased Skype. Whatever happened to Skype? They created Microsoft Teams, and that's kind of garbage. You know what I mean? It's still around, but all Microsoft wants is they just want to be able to put World of Warcraft on their Microsoft Game Pass. You know what I mean? I don't think they're really. I don't know if Microsoft's really invested in trying to drive creative content from Blizzard point of view. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, we're gonna give you guys tons of money and hire tons of people, and you're gonna create all these new things. You know, I don't really know if that's something that they're gonna do. You know, I don't know if I wanna. Let's kill these guys. I was hoping I'd be higher level, but. Yeah, they don't deliver. Blizzard never delivers. And here's the thing, and I talked about this last night, and you missed it, Iron Bay. I had a long-ass discussion about this last night. And I'm really tired, and it's hard for me to really talk right now because I'm so tired, and I'm kind of losing my voice a little bit. Oh, God. Ugh. No, I want to show you. I want to show you something, right? And I want to show you something that's interesting, and that could be a big deal. I mean, we know that Turtle WoW was very successful, right? Turtle WoW, it took a long time for it to get successful, but Turtle WoW has been around a long time, and it was, successful, right? But if you look at and I watched this last night, but the Project Epic put out their roadmap for next year, right? And Project Epic is, save it for tomorrow. What is tomorrow? New Year's? Yeah, I'm not too worried about it. Although people were asking me if I was going to do a New Year's stream. Yeah, they had 500 users for about 2 years, and I played during that time. I actually played. I played Turtle WoW so early on that I talked to one of the lead developers. His name was Turtle something in the Discord, and he actually was very excited to get me streaming the game because he was trying to get people, interest up for Turtle WoW. So any streamer he could get. So he was always he catered to me and was very nice to me, and which was nice. He was a nice guy, and because he was trying to get people to play, and it actually got very popular. But if you look at the Project Epic, which they've been working on this for I think about 3 years, I think. Check this out.
In 2024, Project Epoch is on track to complete its development.
They call it Epoch. I refuse to call it Epoch. I'm going to call it Epic because Epic just sounds cooler. Project Epic.
And the floodgates are set to open, granting you all access to what we hope will be your new home. The beta events in the past and those upcoming
The beta?
have provided an unparalleled level of access and communication.
Is that like getting things for free? What is it? What is the British? Is it the British? Never mind. The beta. The beta and Epoch.
Between us as developers and you as players. We remain grateful for your patience, but now feel that we are at a point where we can offer greater insight.
Beta. It just sounds so funny.
Epic journey in Q1 of 2024 because we're hosting.
It's what is the word I'm thinking of? When is it British people that say instead of when they say 3, sometimes it sounds like they're saying free. You know, I'm gonna pick up free bags. I don't know.
Open beta. And
Beta?
this time, it's all the way to level 60. Brace yourselves as we dive.
Okay, so I'm going to call it Epic. Project Epic is coming out with an open beta. I talked to the developer Magic earlier today. He said they're still trying to nail down the exact date. I knew he probably wouldn't tell me anyway because, he'd probably get in trouble if I told the whole world. Of course, nobody knows who I am, so I don't think anybody's going to see this anyway. But he told me that they're still trying to nail down the actual date, but in the first quarter of 2024, there's going to be Open Beta 3. Open Beta 3 for Project Epic is going to have the level 1 all the way to level 60 experience. Project Epic, if you don't know, is on the Wrath of the Lich King client, and it is levels 1 to 60. So it's really cool because it's still level 1 to 60, but it's on a much more modern client.
Dive headfirst into the thrilling realms of endgame content. Dungeons, quests, attunements.
Now, if you look at that last screenshot, that last image right here, the first time I saw this when I watched this yesterday, because I've been following this particular project for a long time because I think it has a lot of potential. And there's so many private servers that, most of them are bogus and aren't very good. Turtle WoW was a very good server. I played Turtle WoW on and off throughout the years. My biggest complaint with Turtle WoW was that it was a 1.12 client, and then after playing the classic client and more modern versions of the WoW client, it was very difficult to play in the 1.12 client. The graphics don't look as good. It's a little buggy. The macro system is it's harder to work with, and the server itself was kind of laggy. Like the Turtle WoW server had quite a few lag spikes that are just kind of annoying. They're not horrible, but they could be annoying, especially for doing hardcore. But when I first saw this, I knew this looked familiar to me, but I couldn't think of what this was. I'm like, what's this from? What's this from? Well, later on in this video, they tell you what this is. This is actually Tol Barad. So they actually now Tol Barad is Cataclysm, if I remember correctly. I thought Tol Barad was Cataclysm. So they actually have Tol Barad in this, which I think is awesome because I actually love Tol Barad.
Quests.
Yeah, when you use the classic client for like 2 or 3 years and then try to go back, like I played private servers for years, like 5, 6, 7 years. I was playing private 1.12 client, and I had no problems with it. I actually, I tweaked it and I got my right add-ons, and I was able to get the client, I think, to look pretty nice, but still, it was not easy to really work with. Like if you go to my channel and you look for like videos on Turtle WoW, let's do Turtle. Let's see. This one, that's a Horde Hunter. This one. I actually think that I got this to look pretty. I mean, you can see it doesn't look bad. Now let's get it into the game here. Let's get into a zone that isn't. This is like early on, unfortunately. I would prefer to be it later on. But let's just take a look at some of these zones. So this is Turtle WoW 1.12 client. And you can see I've got some skins over the interface and stuff like that. And I think it looks okay. I think this was before I was streaming. Yeah, this was only 1080, so it's not a 2K stream. But it doesn't look bad. I did my best to make it look decent. So.
Attunements, reputations, and a whole lot more. The adventure continues, and we can't wait to see you leveling up, conquering.
And here's one thing. Yeah, it's not even the graphics. Well, the graphics are one thing, but it's the engine. Yes, the engine upgrades that really. Yeah, you're 100% accurate. So here's one thing they're adding into Project Epic. If you take a look at the bar here, you've got Avenging Wrath, right? So this is an undead character, but this undead character is a paladin.
Challenges and exploring what Project Epoch has in store for you. Get ready to embark on an extraordinary adventure as.
And of course, this is like the Dead Mines. Like they redid the entire Dead Mines dungeon, and it is so cool. Like this reminds me so much of the movie Goonies. Anyways, but look how massive, like how they raised the ceiling way up, how massive it is. They've actually got a new boss on the ship here, like an elemental boss. So they've actually added some new bosses into the Dead Mines, but it's just much more, it's more epic, for lack of a better word. It's a bigger scale. Now, so what they're going to do is they're going to have a release schedule too, which I think is really smart. You've been waiting for Forsaken Paladin, of course, it's on a private server. There you go. It's on a private server, man. And so patch 1, so they're doing it in patches, and each patch adds new stuff. So here's patch 1, estimated in quarter 2 of 2024.
As Project Epoch sets sail in quarter 2 of 2024.
I still don't know what this is. I think this is Wailing Caverns, but I'm not sure.
Brace yourself for an unparalleled Classic Plus experience featuring over 1,000 custom quests that promise excitement at every turn. Take on the challenges of
Tolbarad.
meticulously crafted endgame dungeons that
Squalor.
will test the mettle of even the most
BRD.
seasoned adventurers. And for those who love to mix and match,
Okay, there you go again. We saw an undead hunter, right? So you're going to have undead hunters, okay?
those who love to mix and
You're going to have gnome priests.
match,
You're going to have a troll warlock,
explore a plethora of
a tauren priest, and of course, something that should have always been in the game, a human hunter.
new race and class combinations that open up endless possibilities. The launch of Project Epoch is already set to be an important milestone within 2024, and we can't wait for you to hop in. Just 3 weeks after the grand launch, brace yourselves for the arrival of patch 1.0.5. This pivotal update opens the gates to 2-tier 125-man raids that will push your skills and strategies to the limit. Enter Onyxia's Lair, now enhanced with a custom additional wing housing 2 brand new bosses, elevating the total to 3 formidable adversaries. Prepare for a battle of epic proportions as you traverse the depths of Molten Core, culminating in a heart-pounding showdown with the Elemental Lord himself. Prepare for the rallying cry of patch 1.1.0.
I'm really excited about this because in 1.1.0, they're going to have it looks like the arena. I mean, this looks like the sewer, Dalaran sewers.
It's time to seize the moment, march onto the
Now here you've got Warsun Gulch.
battlefield, and carve your path to glory. Key features
Again, looks like another arena.
of The Call to War include the commencement of Season 1, ushering in a wave of
The other thing, too, is this looks like a later version of the Stormwind room here, because I don't think that these banners in this painting are in vanilla, like in the Stormwind in this like PvP area. I don't think they are.
powerful PvP items for the taking. Embark on thrilling conflict
Okay, now here's an here's an entirely new battleground that they've put in that exists somewhere off the shores of, I think, Stranglethorn Vale. So, and it's Capture the Flag, I think it looks like. Or maybe not Capture the Flag, but maybe it's like a Eye of the Storm. And Eye of the Storm, even though I'm not a huge fan of Eye of the Storm, I do think Eye of the Storm is fun. I just think the map design for it wasn't that great. But anyways, you gotta love, yeah, it's Eye of the Storm. You gotta love seeing them put in a new battleground. New battleground is always a great idea, I think.
in the all-new battleground.
Now, I did comment on this last night. I thought that this was a really weak attempt to make a bridge. I can't believe they couldn't graphically come up with a better looking bridge. I mean, honestly, it doesn't even look like it's structurally sound. I mean, if these were big brick columns, I don't think they would be at an angle. Maybe they would if they were really deep into the ground, but just not. I think they could have come up with a better looking bridge. That's all. So I'm not happy with that.
Isle, situated off the coast of Stranglethorn Vale. Brace yourself for the resurgence of the classic Alterac Valley, offering a colossal 40 versus 40 clash of the Titans. As the realms of Project Epoch evolve, anticipate the arrival of patch 1.
Yeah, exactly. Even just splitting the pillars straight. Yep.
Set to enchant the landscape 14 weeks post-launch. This transformative update ushers in a wealth of new adventures, profession recipes, and most notably, a journey into the 2 captivating dungeon wings of Stone to Lone Peak and Stone to Lone Caverns. Brace yourself for an epic challenge, as these newly introduced dungeons boast a collective total of 15 formidable boss encounters, each demanding skill, strategy, and teamwork.
Okay,
That's not all.
this is my favorite screen. This one here on base is my favorite screenshot of the entire video. I think this looks really nice. I love the lighting here. I love the plants, the statue. I don't know where this is. It looks like it's in maybe Feralus. But I love this shot here. I think this looks great. And if this is part of like a dungeon, I don't know. But this they could have just, this video could have just been this screenshot, and I would have been sold. Honestly, if this whole video was just one image of this, I would have been like, oh man, this makes me want to go play it. I'm like, I got to see where this is. What is this? This is cool. I want to stand. I want to look at that statue and see what that is. You know, very, very cool.
The patch also heralds the arrival of 2 formidable world bosses. These colossal adversaries, shrouded in mystery and power, await daring adventurers seeking fame and fortune. Prepare for the climax of our 2024 roadmap with the much-anticipated arrival of patch 1.3.0. This patch marks the advent of an entirely custom 25-man raid, the ancient facility of Uldum, standing as the cornerstone of Tier 2. The ancient facility of Uldum promises an experience like no other, filled with challenges, triumphs, and the allure of the unknown. Embark on a thrilling journey as you face numerous new bosses, discover an array of powerful items, and delve into a facility that, until now, has remained veiled in mystery. "2024 is truly shaping up to be the year of Project Epoch. From all of us, we thank you for your patience and can't wait to experience this all with you."
Anyways, so the reason I showed that video, the biggest reason I showed this video was this is what most people want. People want like a Classic Plus experience. Like retail's too bloated. There's too much shit in retail. There's too many systems. There's just too much crap. You know what I mean? It's not fun. It like feels like every time they do anything in retail, it's like, okay, I've got some new levels to level up. I've got to zoom through all these quests to get to max level as fast as I can. Then I got to grind through a bunch of stupid factions and reputations and something to open up some sort of stuff that I can get that makes me like able to then be as the best equipped maybe as I can be for whatever the raids are. You know, it's just blah. I don't like it. But this, so what makes me a little bit angry about this is like, this is what Blizzard should be doing. Blizzard should be doing something like this. And I mean, this is just a private server. How many people do you think even work on this project? So you've got, if this comes out and it's even halfway as good as it looks, if it's even halfway as good as it looks, it's going to be a very impressive effort. And it's going to be cool. It's going to be something that's going to be fun to play. And I guarantee you there's probably only a handful of people that even worked on this. Maybe like 15 people. You know, I'll have to ask Magic what the team size is, but it can't be more than 15 or 20 people, right? So you're telling me Blizzard, with all their money and all the people, they couldn't, over a year or two, come up with something like this? This is why I don't like Blizzard. You know, this is why they make me very angry. They put out, you know, Season of Discovery. I mean, I almost puked when I first heard that. Because the word season means it's temporary. Nobody wants temporary. People want to get into a server and make it their home. They want to stay there. They want to be able to, you know, create a story for their character, and they want to create like reputation for their character in the world, and for people to really, I can't believe it's 2:31 p.m. And for people to really, wow, I can't, is that right? Is it really holy shit. The day's half gone. They want to be able to develop a name for themselves on a server and to continue playing there, you know, and to have an attachment to their characters, you know, and that's what we have on the hardcore server I'm on. People know me as the person who's got the melee hunter. You know, I'm the only melee hunter I've ever seen on hardcore on this server who's running like LBRS and, you know, BRD and Skolomons and Stratholm, you know. I don't know if there may be other melee hunters doing it, but probably not too many. You know, but so it's, you know, whatever. That's just, this looks pretty interesting. This is going to come out in the first quarter of next year. I definitely will be playing this, and we'll streaming it, and hopefully it'll be something fun. This looks way 110,000 times more interesting than Season of Discovery. Okay, sorry. Season of Discovery, I think, is a big fat turd, in my opinion. That's the way I look at it. It's just a big fat turd. What I'm trying to do with this character is create a protection paladin that actually can tank, you know, BRD and UBRS and LBRS and Skolomons and Stratholm, and hopefully make a name for myself as somebody who's like, who basically make people think that Protection Paladin isn't so bad, because most people have such a bad thing about Protection Paladin, you know? I have no idea if it is or not. I mean, I would imagine there's somebody, if they got half a brain, they probably got somebody who keeps an eye on private server projects. And the success, you know that Turtle WoW definitely caught their mind when Turtle WoW at one point was having like 9,000 people log in. But a lot of those people are Chinese players, because remember, Blizzard doesn't have a version of WoW that you can play in China anymore. So a lot of those people were Chinese players. So that's one thing that you want to keep in mind. But private servers can have Chinese players because they don't bar entry, you know. Whereas Blizzard doesn't have any kind of service, you know, for people to connect to their servers, you know, from China. Yeah, I don't have enough mana to pull them all. Even though I want to pull all those, do a 6-man pull, I don't have the mana for it, and I don't really have a lot of consumables. I don't have too many buffs going on right now. Yeah, I think Blizzard knows that there's a big interest in Classic Plus. There's a huge interest in Classic Plus, but for whatever reason, they're either working on Classic Plus, which if they are, I think that Season of Discovery was 100% a mistake. That's why one of the reasons why I don't like Season of Discovery, because I feel like if you are working on Classic Plus, why waste time on Season of Discovery? Why waste time on Season of Discovery? Are you that, again, that's why I feel like if they do announce in the next year or two that they're working on Classic Plus, I'm going to look back and just laugh at them, because that would mean that they were so afraid of losing subscribers that they had to put out some bullshit Season of Discovery version. You know what I mean? Thank you, Imbe. You know me, I love to grind me some mobs on a Protection Paladin. It is scary. I've had a couple moments in this area when I was level 40, I think, where I had to bubble and run out, and it was pretty scary. I certainly could have died. We have 5 minutes. Let's just go ahead and do 5 more minutes. Yeah, let's just do this. I don't want to push like a 5-man pull when I don't have any kind of buffs up. Actually, this is a 4-man pull as it is, so we also have to watch out for the 3-pack that paths up here.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
I wanted to hit 43 before I went and created my guild. So I'm going to create a guild, and the only reason I'm going to create a guild is because I want a cool guild tapper. That is literally the only reason I want to create a guild. And that's pretty much 90%. The only reason I left the guild I was in, that was actually a very good guild, was just because I wanted a cool tavern. It's all that RP, man. You got to have the RP. If you're going to play a Protection Paladin, you've got to look the part, man. You've got to look the part. Oh, hey, Einbay, did you know... Yeah, if I haven't created one on this server. But I'm not going to try to get people to be in the guild. It's just because I want the guild tavern. Who knows? Maybe I'll get some people in the guild. But... I actually, I found out yesterday that Midjourney had updated to 6.0, and I was playing around creating some images today, and man, Midjourney 6.0 is really freaking impressive. I think the image I'm using for this stream is this one. I created this morning, and it's basically the shield. Just think of the shield as being kind of strapped onto her back. You can't really see the straps, but the idea is that she's wielding a 2-hand weapon, that this shield's just kind of strapped over her shoulder. That's the idea I'm hoping people are getting from that image. But I created some beautiful Undead Warrior images. Check these out. They are absolutely amazing. And let's see if I still got some on my Discord channel here. I know that Midjourney is working on a separate interface as well. That's so you won't have to be running it through Discord anymore. So we'll see when that comes out. Come on. Where are these undead images? I just wanted to show you one of these because they're really good. I mean, look at this. Oh my God, look at this image. So I created this today. Look at this undead warrior image I created. That is just really, it even looks like she's got an arrow stuck through her shoulder. And she's got like just kind of cut skin. And it just, that is just awesome. And then that was one of the ones this one is like think of this as an undead, like blood elf. Notice how she's so skinny. It reminds me of a blood elf, right? Because they're so skinny. Think of this as an undead blood elf. Undead blood elf warrior. Maybe it's an undead blood elf paladin. But just, these are all coming with Midjourney 6.0. And man, I'm just saying the quality and of 6.0, it's really interesting. Like Midjourney is such a cool tool. And I had actually unsubscribed to it for, I don't know, last month or two, because it's expensive, man. It's like $30 a month. And I wasn't really using it. It's like, if I'm not using it, I'm going to unsubscribe. If I'm using it a lot, I use it for my thumbnails, for my, for my videos, for my streams. But I had not made any recently, so I unsubscribed. But anyways, 6.0 is very impressive. So if you guys like AI art generation, if you like Midjourney, check it out. But yeah, I was really happy with the way those undead images came out. I thought they looked really good.
You can kiss your ass goodbye. You were screwed.
Yeah, I created quite a few images today, Einbay. Actually, I'll show you some of them here in a minute. And they were all just for thumbnails, mostly for this particular, character, like for this leveling series, this hardcore, the streams for this particular hardcore character. Let me go ahead and get out of here, because I'm going to go create a guild. I just have to come up with a guild name, but we'll figure it out. I hope I made my hearth Stormwind. Did I forget to? I think I forgot to do it. Yeah, I did. Damn it. Damn it. But we can do the guild at Ironforge. Well, no, we're not going to be able to get people, I don't think. Where do you think is the best place to recruit people to sign the guild chart? I'm going to think it's the human starting area. All right, here, let's get some more of these.
You got my attention.
What's on your mind? Safe travels.
All right, cool.
Hello. Safe travels.
Make some guys in bulk and then cancel the sub. Yeah, make some images. Yeah, that's what I actually had done last time. I just made a bunch of images for streaming purposes, and then I canceled because I had plenty. But I really wanted to test out Midjourney 6.0, and I'm really happy that I did, because it is really cool. So if you look at my folder, of course my art reference folder is pretty massive actually, but if we look here, all the images in this folder were created from Midjourney. Like, for example, this image was created in Midjourney, I think 5. Some of these I like quite a bit. But if you start going down, these are all 5. Like, here's a, Midjourney 5, And some of these are really cool, And then you get down to, this one was created in 5. This is Midjourney 5. And then the very next one here, this is Midjourney 6. And just a lot. One thing I noticed is the hand placement seemed to be better. And there was a lot more dynamic movement, like the legs and the arms. I noticed a lot more poses were more dynamic. Like if you go here, and if you look at a lot of the images, they're just the poses are pretty simple. Just kind of standing there. You don't see a lot of, movement in these poses. They're all pretty plain. But if you start looking at these other images, notice one of the biggest differences in 6.0 is it's really doing a lot of action poses. I just love this face and this hair. I'm a huge fan of, like, this. There's this one Elric of Meltdown comic series that I have, where the art and it really matches the way the characters of Melnibone are in the books. If you've ever read the books, they're very lean, and they're albinos, or they're not all albinos. Some of them are, but they're very lean, and their armor is very intricate like this. So this reminds me of Elric of Melnibone, but love this style. It's one of my favorite character styles. Is like lean with really intricate, like kind of not gaudy, but you just when you look at the armor, you think, man, whoever made that armor, they're like an arrogant bunch of people. You know what I mean? They just seem like, this one didn't come out as well as I'd hoped, to be honest. It looks flat or something. Well, some of these are all Midjourney 6. Really, some of these are really cool. I love the leg pose here. And I love the shield. Like, the details on the shield are fantastic. The face I don't like on this one, unfortunately. But I really love the armor on this one's just fantastic. Here, too, notice the posing of the arms. Midjourney 5 really struggled with any kind of poses like this. You've got one arm thrusting the sword forward, the other one sort of holding your shield way back behind her. But the old Midjourneys would have a hard time with getting the joints in the correct orientation. This one looks a little bit disjointed. Like, I think this elbow would be rotated more around the other, down towards the bottom more. But the hand position and the armor, just really good. Really good. I love the face on this one. That's awesome. See, these are all the ones I created this morning. I like the shield here, how like different it is in shape, and how you can see it's curved. It's very three-dimensional, and you can tell that it looks like wood. See, the wood's kind of like chipped and worn. I really like that. And again, the detail in the armor is amazing. And then we get through these, and this is the one that's in the stream this morning. And that's it. So those are mostly just the ones I created today using Midjourney 6. And I haven't done a ton. And then let's see if we go... You can see the undead ones I created. And I didn't even show you this one, Einbang. Look at this undead image. I created some amazing undead warriors today. They just came out fantastic. Let's see. Really cool. Really cool stuff. Yeah, I think really one thing that I'm noticing is there's more movement. The biggest thing is the more movement in the poses. Like, these look like more action poses. The hair is more like, there's a little bit more dynamic movement to the hair. The definition and the detail in the face is a lot more. And then it's a lot better. Midjourney always struggled with shield placement and weapon placement in the hands, and it definitely is getting better. There's still a lot of problems, but I see a lot more images coming out where the hands are on the hilt correctly. You see here the hands are placed on the hilt correctly, here, even here, although the sword's turned wrong. But here, the hands in almost all these images, where in old versions of Midjourney, I would very frequently, I would say like 90% of the images, there'd be something wrong with the shield or the hand placement. But now it feels like it's more 50-50. So that's a huge improvement. So, yeah. So I'm very, very excited about that because I love AIR. I think AIR is a cool thing. Oh, we got to go say hi to Alteron because he's like the resident enchanter RP enthusiast. Let's get rid of my tavern. Let's see if we can buy like a RP set. Yeah, I don't see Tyrion. He like wears no shirt. He walks around with like shoulders, and he looks like freaking Zeus or something. He's hilarious when you see him. But let's see if we can find armor. Let's go for like a really cheap cloth set. We're gonna go for price, and let's see if we can find frayed. Let's see. How about frayed? No. How about what's an armor set that would look really cool on my Paladin here? What's that one? The Twill, right? Twill. Let's see if people people don't have the Twill set. Did I misspell it? No, I don't think so. How about leather? Hand stitch? No, hand stitch is ugly. Let's go cloth, chest. Let's come up with like kind of a cool looking set. No, yeah, actually the brown linen vest, that's kind of nice looking. Bard is, yeah, the Bard's cool. I'm looking for like a set to put on my character so when I go over to Northshire Abbey and I start recruiting for guild signatures, I want my character to look pretty cool. Actually, this chest piece looks decent with these shoulders, color-wise. What else we got? Linen vest. Linen vests. Let's see. Padded armor. So far, my favorites are... Nah, I don't want like a barbarian look. I liked the brown linen vest. I thought that was decent. Legs. Oh, actually, those leggings don't look too bad. Is that the simple ones? Yeah, the simple. We could go with the shorts and then waist. Let's see, waist. Waist, waist, waist. Waist, waist. There we go. Simple cord. Oh, yeah. Hey, there we go. Look how expensive stuff is. We could probably just go with no belt. What was that one we just equipped? The bright belt. Too expensive. And feet. We want like some really raggy feet. What am I wearing now? Let's sort by price. We want to buy the cheapest possible things here. Frayed shoes. Perfect. We want the frayed shoes. Sort by price. those like lip bottoms are like weird. They're like clam diggers with bell bottoms at the bottom. You got to go for the black mage waves. Yeah, I want guild signatures. So I want guild signatures. And I didn't want to spend a ton of money, right? No, I mean, it doesn't matter. I mean, I'm gonna give 2 gold per signature. The fastest way to get guild signatures is just pay people. Like I'll pay in 2 gold per guild signature. And if you get characters that are like create a level 1 character, especially people that have never played on the server before, if they can get 2 gold starting out at level 1, they'll be like, oh yeah, I'll sign your charter, you know. The foreman's pants. Simple, simple, simple. What are these? Look at these. Look at these here, the journeyman's pants. They got like some patches and stuff going on. The hand stitched. I kind of like these simple ones, just the shorts. How about shoulders? What if we go with different shoulders? No, that's not going to work. Here, let's do this. I mean, there's so many different ways you could go. And let's see. Let's hit the vendor real quick to get rid of some of the stuff. Blue overalls are your favorite class, and blue over. Oh, but that's like the over. I don't want overalls. I just want like a simple shirt. Let's see, what else can we sell here? Is this soulbound? No. Let's get some music going. Let's get some music going. No. Bum, 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 bum.
Farewell.
What are those bracers? Those bracers are kind of cool looking. Hmm. Let's go with the leather. Chest, search, price. You like the bard's tunic? There you go. Simple. There you go. 1 silver. We could go with like a barbaric outfit, but I don't want to do that. I don't want to go with the robe. I'm gonna get the linen vest. It matches my bracers too. So we got the linen vest. Now we just need some legs. All right, let's get some legs. Gotta look decent. The brown linen pants are kind of. Let's get the brown linen pants. And then let's go for a weapon. What weapon do we want to get? We want to get like a really crappy shield. So let's go shields. Ooh, oh god, that's a really weird. That cracked buckler, that's kind of cool. I like that. Ooh, the worn shield, love it. How much is that? 5 silver? I like the worn shield because it's convex, not concave like some of these other ones that look like somebody bashed the hell out of it. Yeah, the worn shield, yeah, buy that. So this is what we got so far. Now we need a weapon. If we can get like a... Too bad they don't have like wooden one-hand swords. Wouldn't that be cool? If there was like a wooden one-handed sword. Here's a feeble sword. Copper short. Ooh, the copper short sword's kind of cool looking. A little too fancy for this outfit though. We need something that looks more like broken, like run down, and we might have to go with a mace to get that broken, crappy look. There. Look at that. I'm not getting the look. I'm not getting the look I want. How about an axe? Ooh, that's kind of cool looking. The worn hatchet. Buy it. Now let's get like a leather. Let's see if we can get a cool looking leather shoulder maybe. Armor, leather, shoulder. Like really here, like, there we go. That's what I'm talking about. And I mean, what a more simple. Oh yeah, I want a longer cloak though if we can get one. Let's see back. Yeah, well, let's just grab that and equip it real quick. Very simple looking paladin. Cloth vest and the vendor in Goldshire. Oh, is there a nice cloth vest? I think we can get rid of the bracers. Yeah, the shoulders don't really match the outfit. I just like those shoulders. They kind of match the shield, you know. But we need a better cloak. If we could get like a long cloak. Let's see. It's probably going to have to be a high low. Let's go for price though. Maybe we'll get lucky and... here. That one's not too... Actually, that one's not too bad. That one's not too bad. Which one was that one? The Pagan Cape of the Owl? Yeah, I like it. And then we need a... What kind of headpiece can we get that would look cool? Oh, yeah. Yeah, what was that? I thought I saw one that was... Here, make it usable. No. No, ooh, that one. None of these are going to look good with the rest of my gear. Oh, these green ones are cool looking. But it doesn't look good with the rest of what I have. Oh, the night sky cowl. None of these are going to look... Ooh, oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. The living cow. 2 gold. Who cares? The privateer's cape. Privateer's cape. Oh, that's not too bad. I would like it if it didn't have that notch in it. But not bad. Not bad. I'm not a big fan of the boots that I went with. If we could get boots that have like an upturned top, that would be better. Like those might be leather though. Let's see, armor, leather, reset. Armor, leather, feet. Right? And we want usable. Oh, whoa. Oh, these are kind of cool. They got like stitched bottoms, you know? Yeah, the Black and Defias. I know. Well, let's... I'm not finding any. I'm not finding any Black and Defias boots, unfortunately. Feet. The bards, the eagle ones are always one of my favorite ones. Those red ones, those are always cool. Yeah, nothing's really striking my fancy, unfortunately. Yeah. I think the ones I saw so far that I liked the most were... Yeah. Yeah, let's go to cloth. Usable. Ooh, those are kind of cool. I like those, the simple linen boots. I like that. You see those? Here. Those are kind of cool. But now we got to get rid of the shoulders. The shoulders don't work anymore. So let's get those boots. Did I buy those? And it still would have been too bad we couldn't get a wooden sword. A wooden sword would have been awesome if we could have got a wooden sword. Let's go for the wrist real quick and just see if we can get something. I don't think we'll be able to find anything. Oh wow, look at that. Look at that white. That is so cool. What is that? The Buccaneers Bracers of Intellect. What a cool looking bracelet. Doesn't really match my outfit, but very cool looking. Sometimes the bracelet, you can get bracers that are really interesting actually. Not something people look at too much, but you know, like see how this one sits real high up on your elbow. Pretty green. You know, it's funny, like one of the things about World of Warcraft that's so cool is that, and it's almost unduplicated. Like there is so many different types of gear in World of Warcraft. Like there's so much gear. Like honestly, there's so much gear in the game. And there aren't too many other MMOs where you go in and there's just so much variety of gear, you know, as far as like it looks and more I'm talking about more just the variety of, you know, unique individual looking items, you know. Ooh, wait a minute. This one's actually not bad. What do you think, Blue? Or what do you think, Einbay? Now, if I went with these, which I think look really good, now it makes the boots not look quite as good because they're dark. Which one? Those are the Aurora ones. Oh, 3 gold, though. I don't really want to pay 3 gold. Well, that's it. That's it. Those are cool, though. But, man, 3 gold just for some to wear while I get some guild signatures seems pretty excessive. I think we may have to go without bracers for now. Alright, so let's do the shoulders again. That was what? cloth. Yeah, I don't... Ooh, look at the white. Gotta go dark bracer. Only dark bracers. What are those, leather or those the cloth? I'm not finding them. I'm not finding them, dude. Well, let's get what we got. Let's go ahead and take the cloak off, right? Maybe, yeah, we definitely need a different cloak. Well, we did buy a cloak. We got the simple linen boots. Pretty cool. And let's get rid of the, I don't like the shoulders anymore. And we got the pagan cape of the owl, which looks like that. I think that's not really going to do it for us. I think we're just going to sell that. But we got the hood. I definitely like the hood. Okay. There's to the warrior starter here, apart from the chest piece. I think this is pretty cool. I'm not really a fan of the shield. Doesn't, I might have to go with something else. Maybe we'll go with like a, can a paladins use pole arms? I think let's do this. Oh god, well, fortunately there's nothing here that's worth buying, so let's get rid of that. How about two-hand sword? Two-hand sword would look cool, right? That's like a starter warrior gear, right? I think two-hand sword might be the ticket. Don't you think, Einbay? Two-hand sword? That way we don't have to worry about the shield. The shield was kind of, didn't really work for me. There's the practice sword. There's the wooden sword if we wanted to go, but I don't really like the two-handed wooden swords. You know, I don't think these really... I think we need a real sword. I like how my fingers are moving. Look at my fingers on my hand are moving when I click this. It's like doo 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 doo. A little too flashy. We need something that looks like I'm poor. This looks a little better color-wise. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Plus 50%. We want plus 50% proc. I agree. The two-hand sword is plus. It should be plus 50 signature. This is a nice sword, but it looks too fancy. This is how I can. This is how I don't level, because I waste time doing something like this, but it's fun. Ooh, what about this one? I wish I could zoom in, like... Nah, I don't really like... We need something... We want something that matches the outfit more. Like, we need like a leather, brown leather grip. You know what I mean? This green one's kind of interesting. How much is that? Only 69 silver. It's not doing it for me, guys. Dark steel. With a black sword. Black sword's kind of cool. Which one is that? The black greatsword. Ooh. So far, the black one's my favorite. Ghoulfang. Oh, wait a minute. This one looks pretty damn good. Because, see, it's got the colors match my outfit. See that? And the colors here in the handle. It's 4 gold. Only I would pay 4 gold. 4 gold. Cha-ching. Oh, you gotta love it. Armor, leather, wrist. Dude, I got 254 gold. 4 gold's not gonna break the bank. Plus, I actually this morning I probably farmed up over 100 gold. Actually, don't we need a moonsteel? Hey, don't we need a moonsteel broadsword for one of my blacksmithing quests? No, I got rid of that sword. Don't we need a moonsteel broadsword for one of my blacksmithing quests? I might be able to actually turn this sword in for a blacksmithing quest. Isn't that for a blacksmithing quest? There you go. Look, Jarl needs a blade. The way of the weaponsmith. I thought it was. Look, so we can turn this sword in for this quest right here, which is a level 35 quest. It'll still give me experience. So if I want, I can turn it in right there. And then it's also, you need to craft 4 moonsteel broadswords for the way of the weaponsmith. But I don't think I'm going weaponsmith. But at the very least, we'd be able to turn this sword in for some experience here. I know, I never do it because I never want to buy the sword because it's too expensive. But that's why the sword was so expensive, because people buy it for the quest. But I am not. I buy it just to look cool when I go get some guild signatures. Oh, God. You gotta love it, man. You gotta love it. But look at how much variety there is. I mean, look at these bracers. Those are pretty cool, aren't they? Look at those bracers. They match my feet. What are these? How much are these? 59 silver? Dude, boom, buy it. Now all we really need now is some sort of cloak, and I think we do need a short cloak. Let's go with a cloth back. No, we don't really have any green. We need to have some dark in it to match the boots. We're trying to be color coordinated here. No, that's okay. No, because I'm going to take a break here pretty soon to hang out with the wife and do some stuff. This one looks good. What is this? This is the worn cloak. Boom, 3 silver. Awesome. Buy it. No, we're done. I think we're done. I think we got everything we need. I think we got everything we need for our little outfit here. Now, the hard part is we got to pick a name for the guild. That's the hard part, Ironbay. Nice. Yeah. Are these the... Yeah, these are the ones. Wow. Wow, these are fairly high level. Look at that. I don't know, that's pretty good. I could have done better, but I don't think that's too bad. What do you think, Einbay? Pretty good, huh? It's not a bad-looking character. Solid commoner. The only problem is the sword's a little too bright. See how bright it is? It's because it's a moon steel, so it's got the light of the moon. I think we can still do better. I think we can still do better on this sword. After we blew 4 gold. Yeah, it's too flashy. We wasted 4 gold, man. We wasted 4 gold. We'll turn the sword in for the quest turn in. You know what I mean? I think we need something not so flashy. I think the black sword will work because I got the black in my bracers and my boots. But if I buy this, that means I would have spent 6 gold. Holy shit. I don't think it's worth it. I'm not going to spend 2 more. Oh, man. Am I going to spend 2 more gold? Yeah, I am. Screw it. Boom. Done deal. 6 gold wasted on just looking good. But I always say when it comes to MMOs, man, it's better to look good than to be good. Image is everything. We'll turn the Moonsteel Broadsword in for the quest. And we'll get rid of that. So at least we'll get some experience out of it. Now, see, that looks way better. That looks way better. Oh, yeah. It's a little offset, though. See how it's like way off to the right? It should be a little bit more angled up. You spent 6 gold. Oh, my God. Alright. It does look a lot better, though. That looks way better. Anyways, I do have to take a break, guys. I apologize. I'm going to check in with the wife. And I have to think of a guild name, and I'm not going to do that here because it'll take me forever. So this is my commoner look. Yeah, the Moonsteel Broadsword, we're going to go to Theramore. We're gonna grab that quest and just turn it in. That should be at least worth maybe 1,500 experience. Anyways, I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to check on my wife to make sure she's doing okay. And I hope you guys are having a good Saturday. I'll be back, hopefully streaming within an hour or so, maybe less. I'll see you guys then. Peace out. Thanks for stopping by, Ambe. I should be back later, so peace out.